So every year the internet sells a new shortcut to the masses, whether it's dropshipping, cryptocurrency shitcoins, an AI side hustle, day trading, appointment setting, you name it. I've heard them all. You've probably heard of them too. You probably tried a handful of them. I've literally tried just about all of these things. I've had 4 Shopify stores. I have done dropshipping on eBay, TradeMe in New Zealand, invested in all sorts of random shitty crypto projects, and the truth is none of it came off. And so in this video I'm going to unpack what I've learned. The shortcut is actually a delay. Every time you chase the easier path, you reset the clock on actually getting anywhere. And I'm qualified to talk about this because I've wasted years of my life proving this time and time again. It's always the same story, right? You're scrolling on social media, something comes up, and it's always got that undertone of too good to be true. It's like humans love novelty. We latch onto it. It feels like progress. Like, oh, this could be the thing. Like, I'm stuck in my shitty job and I've just watched this reel and like this guy's talking about how he's making 10K a month doing this thing that only takes 2 hours a day. Like, fuck, it sounds pretty easy. Maybe I could do it, right? Like, we've all seen some bullshit online selling that same story time and time again. The flavor changes month after month, but it's honestly always, it's the same thing. It's like in this very small amount of time, you can do insert very little amount of effort and you will achieve insert massive financial gain or outcome, or like that. It's the same fucking bullshit every single time, right? And it's like it's always a funnel, and the way you become aware of it will be the top of the funnel, and the further down it you slide, eventually it'll get to a point where you find out you either get scammed or you find out the truth, or you just waste time. The truth usually is that as you slide down the funnel, you find that there's some guy that wants to sell you a course, or you need to pay money to get into a Discord group or some other bullshit, or you need an upfront investment in order to unlock some next stage of whatever the fuck it is that you're getting into. So me personally, I saw through a lot of the really obvious bullshit ones, and e-commerce is a totally legitimate way to make money, don't get me wrong. Like, there's plenty of examples, there's tens of thousands of examples of successful entrepreneurs that have done e-commerce, but it's by no means an easy game. And I learned it the hard way, like thinking like, I'll just create a store, make it look pretty, stock a bunch of random shit from China, or not even stock it, just take, photoshopped photos of it and then just run paid ads and people will buy it. It's like, that's just not how it works. It's a lot more nuanced, a lot harder. And it's like, it might have been that easy back in the day, and that's where a lot of this came from. But it's like, if something's really that easy, it doesn't stay easy for long, because people swarm to it and then it gets flooded with competition, and then the sophisticated operators rise up and basically dominate. And that's what's happened with pretty much all of these things. I mean, day trading is a really interesting one, because that's one that's been popularized a lot. I've seen a lot about that, a lot of people. And the reality is, I've got a degree in finance. I understand day trading intricately. It's not easy to do. And it's also not glamorous to do. Like, it's portrayed online as like, you're just a big swinger, like living this crazy, insane international baller lifestyle, and all you do is fuck around and execute a couple of trades from your cell phone. It's like, that's not actually how it works in practice. For starters, you have to sync your working hours with the New York Stock Exchange, Eastern Standard Time in the United States, and you probably need to follow the British market as well, and to a lesser extent the Asian markets. Depending where you are in the world, like if you're in Asia, a place like Bali, that's totally going to fuck up your sleep schedule. You're going to be open, you're going to be online in the middle of the night, and that's only one side of it, right? But then the next thing is, it's actually extremely stressful. Like, you don't open a big leveraged trading position and then go out to the pool and sunbathe. Like, you're fucking watching the tickers. Like, it's not fucking all it's made out to be. It's actually a highly stressful job. You're competing with big institutional money that has algorithms making decisions for them. It's their money moves faster and in a far more sophisticated way than you ever could move. So it's like you're handicapped in that game to a large extent. It doesn't mean that you can't win, but it's definitely not a get rich quick scheme by any means. And what I've found with a lot of the people that are promoting trading is that actually they're just running for funnels where they make their money off kickbacks from you signing up to a brokerage and losing all of your fucking money, or they sell you some bullshit access to a group where they make calls, or it's most of it, 90% of it is just bullshit. And I feel like most of the people they rope in, they're just looking for a quick escape from their shitty life. So it's the same pattern over and over again. It doesn't really matter what it is, but it's just bullshit. In my own personal experience, I obviously, and most of this is with e-commerce, right? I've ran various Shopify stores, and really most of them never lasted more than a few months, and pretty much all of them were I just sunk energy. I sunk time and money into them and really got nothing out of it. Like pretty much all of the stores I started, I actually managed to get sales. Yep, that's positive, got some revenue in. However, the cost to acquire those sales was utterly enormous, and both building out the store, choosing the right products, and all that bullshit like that. That would take weeks of work up front to get it to a point where where it was good enough to actually get sales. And I was, in the time that I was doing this, I had a day job. I was working 9 to 5, so I was literally working on these hustle projects fucking in the evenings. I'd finish my job at 5 p.m, have a feed, come home, and then go to my home office and work until like 11 p.m, fucking around, tinkering with my Shopify store and creating ad campaigns and shit to run on Meta. And I'd run them on my credit card, and then you get a massive dopamine hit when a sale comes in. It's like ping, $79 revenue, but the product cost might be 20 bucks, and the ad spend to get the customer might be fucking $70. So really actually you're just hemorrhaging money. And all of my stores did that. Maybe I was just shit at e-commerce, but I would just caution people that it's one of those things. That was my personal experience. I feel like I could have, if I stayed in that game and really focused, I could have won it eventually. I could have found a winning formula, but it just didn't make sense for me, because it was I had a different path that I was already further down, in terms of providing services. That was, it's a better business model fundamentally, in terms of the amount of, it's lower risk. You don't need a huge amount of capital to get started. It's generally, revenue first, you invoice in advance. You don't have to buy stock or, all of that crap. So it just didn't make sense for me. If I was going to stay with it, I would have just chosen one thing and just really gone, I'm going to dominate this very niche specific area and really just learn everything there is to learn and just keep pushing on it. But jumping from the thing that really killed me was I did a Shopify store, and the very first sort of dropshipping stores I had were buying or importing fucking cheap clothes, music branded style clothes, like music label clothes, hoodies, t-shirts, things like that. I would source them cheaply internationally and then sell them on local websites in New Zealand, and usually get a 2 to 3x markup, and just basically clip the ticket and ship it, standard dropshipping model. And that was fine, but ultimately it was a bit of a pain in the ass, that business model, because I would ship the product from wherever the fuck I sourced it. Usually it was in Asia, and it would sometimes take forever to turn up. Usually, up to more than a whole month. And when you're running a local listing, and this is a common problem with dropshipping, is the customer's obviously going to get pissed off because they bought it off you. You might say that the shipping could take X amount of time, but they sort of still expect it to come quicker. We're in the day of Amazon same day delivery, and one month for a hoodie you buy online, it's just not really acceptable unless you're buying it off AliExpress. It's most people have the expectation shit's going to come quicker. So that business model, that's one key challenge of it. But I jumped from that to doing, God, what else? I've done a hat store, I've done a jewelry store, and I've done a therapeutic products store. So a whole bunch of just random shit that really is not even associated at all with my interests. I just thought, maybe this would be profitable, maybe I can make a quick buck here. And it's just the wrong way to play the game. And every single time I told myself I was learning, but really I was just running, to the next shiny object, and I was just resetting the process of actually getting anywhere, because you're literally just resetting from zero and starting from scratch. I learned a little bit from those projects, but it's there's no compounding, because it's you change industry, just a fucking waste of time. The only thing that I compounded was dopamine. So I guess what I've learned from that is every restart delays your opportunity to actually build something, and you never really get good at anything because you just get good at starting over and over again. And I guess you end up with a graveyard of just half-built empires or quarter-built empires that just never really got off the ground. It's any of those businesses, if I had really followed through instead of just jumping to the next thing, they probably could have turned into a success. So eventually I made the decision to just stop chasing the next thing and stop trying to find a quick solution, and to just do what I've always been doing my whole career and just really focus on doing that one thing well. And it's fucking boring. It's like, it's slow and it's predictable, but it actually works. Like I deliver the service, I can sell, I know how to talk, I can attract clients and attract work, and ultimately I can actually get paid. And well, it's not going to 10x overnight. It's like after several months of sustained execution, you actually build meaningful progress. You actually build real business with real recurring revenue. You see your life start to change. It's like, it doesn't happen overnight, but it does actually happen. And that's the difference, because when you're chasing the next thing, you just stay stagnant, or possibly in the worst case, you end up getting burned and going backwards, which happened to me several times. So I think the irony is that what I've learned is the slowest path has actually ended up being the fastest, because I took the slow path. I started it really this year when I decided to go out on my own, and it's like 10 months down the track to now, things have just changed beyond what I could have imagined. And I look back on all those years I wasted just jumping from this to that, and I'm like, fuck man, I should have just locked in on one thing from the way back then and just kicked this slow, boring process off. So I think the takeaway from this is really like, if you're 3 to 6 months into something and you're getting bored, you feel like the progress is too slow, that's probably actually a good thing. It actually probably means that you're on the right path, you're making progress. The alternative of like, you're overloaded with dopamine, shit's happening really quickly, but it's all a bit chaotic and unpredictable. That's not it. I think what you need to do is you need to pick one vehicle and do nothing but that for 90 days. Just focus on the specific inputs that move the needle and whatever it is that you've decided to go for, and just ignore everything else. Just treat it all as noise. Like, tell me after doing that for 90 days that like you haven't made serious progress, that you can't actually notice like, holy shit, this is actually working. Because like, that's the only way to actually get ahead, to actually see any success. You just have to show up every single day and keep pushing the needle, keep doing the right things, and just the same. It's just boring, but that's the magic of it. It's not some really difficult, like impossible to figure out thing that requires, you don't need to be super smart. You just literally need to decide like, this is going to be the path, this is what I'm doing, everything else is noise, and I'm just going to, these are the things that move the needle within this lane, and I'm just going to make sure that I have those all blocked in my calendar every single day, and I hit those without fail, and just let the time pass, and the momentum will start to carry you. So if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel. I drop one like this every 48 hours, and I hope to see you in the next one. Thanks.